Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, located among the hills of the legendary Judea, between the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea, at an altitude of about 770 m. It has about 800,000 inhabitants. Today's Jerusalem is a modern city, the political and administrative center of the modern Israeli state. And throughout history, the city was and remains a place where many great world cultures and religions clashed and reconciled. The first data on the life of people in the territory of today's Jerusalem date back to 5000 BC. Since 1800 BC, the city has been continuously inhabited, which makes it one of the oldest cities in the world. As a consequence of its position from ancient times to modern times, it has been the meeting place of a large number of cultures and religions. In 997 BC, King David conquered it and declared it the capital of his then state. Later throughout history they conquered it, demolished and rebuilt by many famous rulers. King Solomon, Nebuchadnezzar, Nehemiah. In the 1st century AD, it was conquered and destroyed by the Romans. And in 637 the Muslims conquered the city, permanently changed it, and left their stamp on it. Until 1966, the city was divided between Jordan and Israel, then the Israelis annexed it, and now the entire city belongs to Israel. The old town is a part that has been demolished and rebuilt many times, surrounded by walls, which were last built by the Ottoman ruler Suleiman the Magnificent. The old town is divided into 4 parts of unequal size, namely, the Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and Armenian parts, which are separated from each other by walls. Of the former 11 gates through which one could enter the city, 7 of them are open today. Inside the old city are some of the largest sanctuaries for the 3 major religions: the Jewish Wailing Wall and the Temple Mount, the Muslim Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and the Christian Church of the Resurrection. Since the 10th century BC, Jerusalem has been a holy place for Jews, where Solomon's and the Second Temple of Jerusalem were located. In the Old Testament, this city is constantly mentioned as the place where the biblical prophecies and commandments of God are published. One of the most visited places in Jerusalem is the rest of Solomon's temple, the Jerusalem Temple, or the Western Wall, better known to us as the Wailing Wall. Jews from all over the world come to pray in front of this wall by leaving messages on paper in the cracks of the wall. For Christians, Jerusalem is a holy city because it is the place where Jesus Christ was tortured, crucified, and resurrected. Jerusalem is mentioned in the New Testament more than 100 times. According to biblical belief, Jesus was brought here shortly after his birth. There he later drove the merchants and money changers out of the temple, and there he dined with the apostles. Just outside ancient Jerusalem, Jesus was crucified and buried. Christian pilgrims and tourists visit the street where Christ passed when he was led to his execution. Its name is Via Dolorosa, which means way of pain. The places where Jesus fell carrying the cross are marked on the street. Today, there is a market there. On the hill of Golgotha, where Christ was crucified, today there is the Church of the Resurrection of Christ. And visitors put their hands in the hole in the ground where the cross was pierced. This city is traditionally considered the 3rd holiest place in Islam, after Mecca and Medina. For members of the Muslim faith, the Al-Aqsa Mosque is significant, in front of which there is a stone with hoof prints of Muhammad's horse. Legend has it that a horse left its footprints in it just before Muhammad ascended to heaven, where he joined the other prophets of Islam.